We going back to back to back. If there's any way to make a comeback and make a statement, Steady Freddy just laid the blueprint. This is the Airborne Podcast. I'm your host, Ajith. And aside from that first quarter, we were perfect. Maybe the three-point shooting was not that great because it was coming off a back-to-back. But, god damn, Steady Freddy comes back into the starting lineup, plays about 30 minutes, and puts on a show. Second and fourth quarter, the man was putting out moves like he never missed a beat. He literally didn't even look like he was out for as long as he was. I don't know what it is, but is it Alex McKechnie, who's the medical staff or part of the medical staff, the main guy who takes care of the players? Like, have you noticed everyone that's come back from injury does not look like they missed a step? It's like they never left to begin with. And Marc Gasol might have looked a little slow tonight, coming off a back-to-back. He wasn't shooting the best from three, but we'll give him a pass after what he did last night against the Wizards. He put on a show. And, we didn't need all his offense tonight because Steady Freddy came back in the lineup. That's an extra 20 points. It was absolutely, oh my God, beautiful to watch. Kyle Lowry put on a show in that third quarter. Came out after halftime being down 4. Scored 17 points in that quarter. And the Raptors never looked back since. In the first half, it did look like Minnesota had a chance to, maybe take this game, steal it from us. But the Raptors said, hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought we were finished? And pulled out all their championship rings and said, we the champs, bruh. Don't get it twisted. And then they came out and beat the brakes off the Minnesota Timberwolves. At one point, they were leading by 22 in that third or fourth quarter. Honestly, it's so nice to see this team be healthy. It's a breath of fresh air. For real, for real. Because it feels like we haven't seen everyone in the lineup for so long, and it has been a long time. I think the last time our full starting lineup or our full team was healthy was December 8th. That was almost 2 months ago. So to see them come out like this and perform the way they did and come together as a group and take care of business against teams that they're supposed to beat, this is how you do it. By the way, on a side note, I was watching the Raptors pregame show, and Marc Gasol tipped over and hit Sherman Hamilton and Eric Smith in the head. I don't know if you guys caught it. If you guys did watch a pregame show, let me know in the comment section because that was mad fun. That was absolutely hilarious. But, Kyle Lowry, Fred VanVLEET, they're doing their thing. Pascal Siakam, he hasn't looked like himself since he's come back from his injury. But the good thing about it is that we haven't needed him like that yet. Honestly, I thought at the beginning it was because he was playing the small forward position because they were going big with Ibaka and Gasol the last couple games. But even tonight, him playing the power forward position, I think he only had 14 points. Norman Powell, though, fourth straight game, dropping 20 points, and he looks like he hasn't missed a beat either. He looks like a whole new player. I know this season he's been pretty consistent, but this is what we've been looking for him. This is what we've been expecting from him for a really, really long time. And this is why we were so hesitant to put him in the starting lineup. And now he's doing it whether he's in the starting lineup or coming off the bench, which is amazing because, we got Fred VanVLEET looking for that max money. And Larry doesn't seem like he's going anywhere anytime soon. And that looks like a foreseeable future backcourt, you know? So, like, I don't know how this is going to work out, but I hope Norman Powell doesn't take it personal because this is all about team success. And he's tasted it at the highest of high. He's got the taste of the championship. He knows, even though he wasn't in the starting lineup, they got to the top of the mountain. So he knows sacrifice is what it's all about. And for the Raptors right now, they're starting to get stuff together. And they look like they're a team to be reckoned with. I say this time and time again. When they're fully healthy and they play like this, they'll beat anybody. And when I say anybody, I mean anybody. They just passed the Boston Celtics for third place right now. Boston lost to Phoenix tonight. So the Raptors technically are half a game on top of Boston. They have one more win. So the Raptors are 28-14 right now, and the Boston Celtics are 27-14. But Boston Celtics still have the season series against us right now, 2-1. So if they do get another W and say we're tied in record, they'll be back above us again. But the fact that we are on a 3-game winning streak right now, it feels real nice because as a Raptors fan, I honestly can't tell you when the last time that was. It probably was in December because I think I mentioned that in my last video that we had a 5-game winning streak in December. But right now, oh my God, if you're a Raptors fan, brace yourself. Shit's about to get real. We dodged the hardest part of our schedule with the depleted team. Now, keep your praying hands together and hope this team is healthy going into, the playoffs. And we don't know yet if we're going to make a move to make this team better because I feel like if we had one more solid piece, we can legitimately make a solid run for the shit. And when I say run for this shit, I mean actually make a run for the championship. Maybe not the whole thing, but we can make a finals appearance. Milwaukee, everyone's talking so much hype about them, and they do look like the favorites. But didn't they do the same exact thing last year? And what happened? The Raptors came up. They had a 2-0 lead on the Raptors. What did the Raptors do? They came back, smacked them straight up 4 times, and said, easy, we'll see you later. And then went straight to the finals. Regular season does not, translate into the playoffs. Giannis is Giannis until he proves otherwise in the playoffs. He can be shooting 5 attempts from the 3-point arc all he wants. But at the end of the day, if he doesn't do in the playoffs, it's irrelevant. So we shall see. But if the Raptors can get that 2 seed, that'll make things interesting. So stay tuned and let's see how this goes. But let's get back into the game. The Raptors, though, from that first quarter on, that first quarter was the only part that was brutal. They allowed Minnesota to score 39 points, which is something that's very rare for the Raptors. But coming off a back-to-back, I'm not going to judge them too much. But they did score. Their offense was pretty good because they scored 32, to be exact. But Minnesota had 2 players go off in that first quarter. Jarrett Culver went for 14 points, and that's the Minnesota Timberwolves rookie. Andrew Wiggins, Canada's very own, Toronto's very own, Vaughn's very own, went for 11 points in the first quarter, and he was perfect from the field, 4 of 4. Raptors, like I said, they played absolutely no defense. They allowed them to almost score 40 points, and we scored 32. Marc Gasol did come out aggressive. Like I said, he wasn't that great from 3, but he still made his mark in that first quarter with a couple baskets from in the paint. Norman Powell did hit a buzzer-beating basket to give us the 2 points to get us to 32. But other than that, there wasn't any positives for the Raptors. Second quarter comes up. VanVLEET hits back-to-back threes. 3 threes in that quarter, and he's keeping us close in that game. And we take the lead at one point, but Minnesota's like, nah, we ain't done yet. And Minnesota comes on their own 7-0 run. They go into the half up 4, 62-58. Raptors do shoot 51% from the field, 31% from beyond the arc at halftime, and we did not shoot well throughout the night from beyond the arc. Timberwolves shot 46% from the field, 33% from beyond the arc at halftime. Third quarter, Raptors come out. Kyle Lowry puts on a show. Raptors go on an 8-0 run. VanVLEET stays hot from beyond the arc and helps the Raptors take a 4-point lead, and they're up 69-65 in that third quarter. Kyle Lowry had a nice 3-point play on Jarrett Culver, drove the foul off the backboard. And like I said, he had 17 points in that quarter. Raptors go on a 9-0 run. Then Robert Covington somehow responds on a 6-0 run. But Kyle Lowry comes back and tells everyone to quiet down, gets a 3, puts them back up 7, 86-79. Fourth quarter, though, Raptors go on another 8-0 run. Norman Powell starts to heat up. He starts to turn it on like he's been doing this whole time. Fred VanVLEET continues his shot shooting. And that's all she wrote. Literally, that's all she wrote. That's all they needed. Game over. Done deal. But did you guys see what Steady Freddy did to Jarrett Culver and Gorgie Jang with that nasty scoop-in layup with the left hand? Oh my God. Tell me you guys saw that. If you did, let me know in the comment section, because that was absolutely disgusting. But Fred VanVLEET, after that layup, comes back off a missed attempt from Minnesota and pulls up for 3 and shuts it down. Tells everyone to go home. Tells everyone it's over. Like how Vince Carter did it back in the 2000 dunk contest. He's like, it's over, ladies and gentlemen. And the Raptors go up by as much as 22 points. Norman Powell, like I said, had his 4th straight 20-point game. The backcourt of Kyle Lowry, Fred VanVLEET had 29 points and 28 points for 57 points from the backcourt. Bench was amazing. I'm going to get into the full stats right now, individual stats and the team stats. But all in all, perfect game from the Raptors. I have nothing to say, no bad thing to say except for that first quarter. But Toronto, they got outscored 39-32 in that first quarter. Then Raptors come back and outscore Minnesota by 3, 26-23. Then Raptors come back in the third quarter after halftime, and score 31 points and outscore Minnesota by 9, 31-22. And then in the fourth, they outscore them again, 33-28. And the final score for the game was 122-112. Canada's very own, Toronto's very own, Vaughn's very own, Andrew Wiggins had a triple-double. He had 18 points, 10 rebounds, and 11 assists. But as a team, though, for the game, Raptors shot 47 of 91 from the field for 52%. And Minnesota shot 38 of 94 from the field for 40%. From 3, Raptors shot 13 of 35 for 37%. Someone needs to let me know in the comment section. I asked this in the last video or a couple of videos ago. Do you get French fries for road games if you get more than 12 threes? Because they've been getting 12 threes for I don't know how many games now. But even though the percentages aren't that great, they've been doing it. They've been making 12 threes a game. And Minnesota had 14 threes, 14 out of 50 for 28%. And from the line, the Raptors scored 88%, 15 of 17 from the line. And Minnesota was 22 of 27 for 82%. Rebounding, Minnesota beat us 49-42. Offensive rebounds, they beat us 12-7. Assists, they killed us 34-25. Steals, we killed them 13-8. Blocks, 9-5 for the Raptors. Turnovers, we only had 14. God bless the Raptors' souls. They keep taking care of the ball. And Minnesota has 17. I forgot to say something. Yesterday, the Washington Wizards were in their bakery. They had turnovers for days. That was I think that was a season high for the Raptors to turn over a team. Like 28 or 29 turnovers. But back to this game. Minnesota had 18 fouls. Raptors had 23. And then 2 technical fouls, which I didn't see what happened, but it made no sense at all. Pascal Siakam and Marc Gasol argued a couple calls, and they got technicals. They weren't vulgar at all. But the Raptors, the referees are sensitive as shit now. So, it's something that you expect when it comes to the Raptors. Stats, I'm just going to name the top 4 people. Kyle Lowry, 28 minutes. You know how he does. Raptors heart and soul, Raptors engine. 28 minutes, 28 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 10 of 17 from the field, 3 of 4 from the free throw line, 5 of 8 from the three-point line with 1 steal, 2 turnovers. Fred VanVLEET, welcome back. Steady Freddy, ICV, whatever nickname you got for him, you can call him by that. But 28 minutes, 29 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 11 of 16 from the field, no free throw attempts, 7 of 8 from 3. Oh, that's efficient as you know what. 4 steals, 1 turnover. Marc Gasol didn't have his best game. I'm going to give him his due, give him the credit. 20 minutes, 4 for 4. 4 rebounds, 4 points, 4 assists. 2 of 6 from the field, no free throw attempts. 0 of 4 from 3. 2 steals and a turnover. Pascal Siakam, 24 minutes, 14 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 6 of 10 from the field. 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 0 of 2 from the three-point line. 0 steals, 4 blocks, 4 turnovers. Norman Powell, 25 minutes, 20 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 8 of 15 from the field, 3 of 3 from the free throw line, 1 of 5 from 3, 2 steals, 4 personal fouls. That's the top Raptors. Now let's get into the Timberwolves top players. Andrew Wiggins, already said this, triple-double, 36 minutes, 18 points, 10 rebounds, 11 assists, 6 of 14 from the field, 5 of 6 from the free throw line, 1 of 5 from 3, 1 steal, 3 turnovers, 2 personal fouls. Robert Covington, 33 minutes, 22 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, 8 of 20 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 4 of 13 from the three-point line, 2 steals, 1 turnover. Karl Anthony Towns, 27 minutes, 12 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 of 11 from the field, 3 of 4 from the free throw line, 1 of 7 from the three-point line, 0 steals, 1 block, 4 turnovers, 2 fouls. Jarrett Culver, 30 minutes. Thank you for my fantasy numbers, bro. I picked you up a week ago. Thank you. You've been doing it up ever since. 26 points in 30 minutes, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 8 of 16 from the field, 6 of 9 from the free throw line, 4 of 10 from the free throw line. 6 of 9 from the free throw line, 4 of 10 from the three-point line, 1 steal, 2 blocks, 1 turnover, 3 fouls. And I'll give you Gorgie Jang just for the hell of it. 18 minutes, 12 points, 7 rebounds, no assists, 3 of 7 from the field, 4 of 4 from the free throw line, 2 of 3 from the three-point line, 1 steal, 1 block, 3 turnovers. Those are the main guys. And all in all, Raptors played a good game, an amazing game, if I'm being quite honest, because this is the best basketball stretch I've seen in a long time. 3-game stretch in the last maybe month and a half. Very consistent. Shooting was down because of the back-to-back, but I can see that coming back next game. It's in Atlanta, MLK Day, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And they play Atlanta, early game, 2:30. So if you guys don't catch it, check out my highlights, my post-game podcast. Or you can always watch the game because they always replay it every hour or so. If you have NBA TV or TSN or whatever it is. But yeah, that's going to do it for now. Hope y'all enjoyed this podcast. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Support your boy. Show your boy that love. But yeah, I'll see you back here for the Atlanta post-game podcast. Till then, stay blessed, stay woke, and before I say peace, stay safe. The roads are nasty tonight, so if you're listening to this podcast and you're outside somewhere, drive safe, please, because the roads are messed up. But yeah, stay blessed, stay woke, and peace!